All of a sudden it hits me, and it has every single year.
The Today Show is taking care of every detail to make sure this wedding is special. And in this last interview for today, it seems there might be one more person in tears tomorrow.
Because I know she's going to look beautiful, so it's going to, well, you're always beautiful, but you're going to look amazingly beautiful tomorrow, so it's going to be awesome. I might break down.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Thank you, Karen, and we'll be watching the Today Show tomorrow morning and maybe crying when they say I do. After weeks of planning a TV wedding in which the elements were decided by online voting, today was the big day. Lee Daniel, a Texas Tech graduate, was married to Nick Cordes live on the Today Show in New York. Karen McKay was there and brings us details from behind the scenes.
It was like a fairy tale this morning, and the bride felt it too.
I feel like a princess. Yeah, just being so pampered this morning.
The same goes for the bridesmaids, except for getting up so early.
We got about an hour and a half to 2 hours of sleep last night.
Bedtime was about 1. Wake-up time was about 3.
And what a wake-up call when the bride's get-ready room is suddenly invaded by reporters.
This is Erica from Us Weekly. Hi. Congratulations. Thank you.
About a dozen different news, magazine, and web cameras showed up to cover the Today Show wedding of Lee Daniel from Lubbock and Nick Cordes from Ohio. The bride's mom, Jan Tilley, was there, calmer than you'd expect after what she's been through this summer.
I have 4 kids, none were married, and now all of a sudden 2 of them are, so.
In 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
But with the Today Show planning the details for this one.
So after you arrive at the hotel, we'll be looking out for you and making sure that you get to the right place.
There wasn't much for the family to worry about, except for that last hug before the wedding.
You all will do well and be blessed.
It was not as crowded, but just as calm in the groom's room.
I'm excited to see her come down the aisle and take her hand and put the ring on it and then walk down the aisle and kiss her and all that stuff. It's going to be awesome.
The plaza was transformed into a vineyard-themed wedding, complete with wine barrels and friends from the wine country back home in Lubbock, like the Millers and the Hayes, waving from behind the crowd. The preacher came first, Lee's grandfather from Marble Falls, then Nick, wearing what America voted for, a seersucker suit. Lee's mom was followed by Nick's parents, and little sleep or not, the attendance held up strong. Tibet and Jason, Lindsay and Matt, Steve and Jenny. And finally, the bride, truly a princess in her $4,000 gown. The vows were personal.
In the beginning, we were best friends. We moved on to training partners. And we're most proud to call you my wife.
It's very romantic to me.
Nick, I feel so blessed to be standing here in front of my best friend.
I get teary at every single one, to be honest with you. I'm a sucker for weddings, for sure.
Nick, you may kiss your bride. It is my joy to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Nick Cordes.
It was beautiful but brief. You could say these former track stars and Olympic hopefuls were anxious to get to the finish line.
You ever seen the bride and groom run down the aisle at the end?
That's a first. That is a first.
I felt, sentimental. I didn't tear up.
You're a tough guy, right?
No, I'm not a tough guy, but it's guys react to this a little differently than women do.
Matt teared up.
Yeah, well, Matt's kind of a girl.
This is the Plaza Hotel in New York. It was built in 1907 but opened last year after a $400 million renovation. The guests are staying here. It's about a $600 a night room. The reception is in the ballroom, and I'm told that a reception here is one of the most expensive in Manhattan. This was decadent. Not just the decor or filet for $130, but look who provided the music.
The Today Show chose my song as their theme song, I Just Call You Mine, so it just made sense to kind of wrap it up by singing at the wedding.
Sometimes to make sure I'm not in a dream.
The reception, not including Martina, cost about $100,000, another wedding gift from the Today Show. And remember that other wedding 3 weeks ago? Here are the newlyweds, Lee's brother, Jay Daniel, and his wife, Kylie. Does this wedding compare to your wedding 3 weeks ago?
I would say so. We were at the Baker Building. We had a really good time. We didn't have
the Baker Building in Lubbock?
Yeah. Yeah, we got married at First Baptist and the reception at the Baker Building.
So it's pretty similar in the Today.
Lucky Lee and her Prince Charming.
Karen says the couple left in a Rolls Royce, and thanks to another vote from America, their honeymoon destination is Australia, a vacation package worth $35,000.